And this one is coming to so rests in the top 8. Our voices are delayed too, so we can talk. Hear what I said. You'll have to pardon our performance. We're still struggling with all this new technology. So Emily's guard sails in the house, and an attempt to take out sails wide, so control is sitting 1 as we go to the second lead rock here. Taking a lot of ice for what I would think would be a guard. Stephen's very nonchalant in the house with the crossed legs and
I will go scold him.
Well, speaking as someone who vices often, so you know, you want to keep the game moving, so you don't want to take the time away.
Busy.
Yes.
Emily's second stone sails deep and through, and another attempted takeout here by Maggie Churlo on the shot rock is a little downweight. The sweepers are trying to bring it in to finish it. And Mike works it out the back. So once again, we're going to a takeout game. Jeff Lee in the hack. First, second stone for the control team. Calling for a takeout on that shot rock in the top 8. Sweepers are on the stone now. Looks like we have about a nose hit. And the shot rock keeps moving closer to the top of the house. Oh. Steve Hack II throws his first rock. Called for a takeout on that shot rock. Looks like another nice shot. Going to roll a little bit and roll into the 8-foot on the side. Actually a nice place to spill to. A little tougher to get to out there. Steven's looking at the rock. I don't know, wondering if it's going to leave or something. And decides he's going to go after it. So this is the second, Jeff Lee's second stone. Throwing an out-turn takeout on the left side of the sheet from the hack view. Down weight, no sweeping. Trying to get it to curl a bit. It's going to have to move to get there. Just gets enough to empty the house of stones. And so, nothing in the house. So I'm guessing Mike has called for a guard. Or maybe a corner guard or a draw to the 12-foot on the outside. Get something started here in the third end. It's 1-1. That's a very nice shot. That's a tough draw on that side. That's a team shot too. The sweepers have to judge that weight correctly and do the right amount of brushing to bring it in. And so they get that shot rock over on the corner there. And Stephen has called for something in the top 4. Liz Mattery the third throwing her first stone. The sweepers are on that one. Might be a tad light trying to bring it into the house. a little bit light. It doesn't actually guard the yellow stone, but it does give both teams a guard they can work with.
Okay, so sheet B, underdogs and broomstones. Underdog just hung their score from the second end. They scored one, so the score is 1-1 on sheet B.
Melissa Foote, the Graziano third, has just thrown her first rock. A draw behind the guard. The line looks good, and the sweepers are adjusting it. Whether or not it's going to bury behind that guard, you can't tell, but it comes to a nice spot in the top 8 on the side. Steven's asking Liz how much of that stone she can see. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the draw down to it. And this is overcurl. I think we're going to be chipping the red out of the way. Now that's a funny little result. They've managed to chip out the second yellow shot rock to a flob. If you don't know what a flob is, I'm not going to tell you, because I can't say it on the radio.
We're not on the radio.
Yeah, I can't say it on the internet either. But the shooter sneaks in and becomes second shot. I'm sorry, the guard comes in and becomes second shot. The shooter stays and becomes the guard. But unfortunately for control, the yellow shot rock is now even more covered. Here's Melissa's second stone.
Dog, yes, it is 1-1 on sheet B. And for those of you interested in the Ocean State, and it's only rock and roll, but I like it game, the Potomac team. On sheet D, the score, they're in the second end, and it's still 1-0 Ocean State. And Kim Belf is throwing his last stone, and Ocean State has 2 stones in the house. So he needs to draw to the 4-foot.
I'm trying to get this.
All right, back on sheet C, Steven is throwing a draw. It looks to be a little heavy.
And he has been having trouble with those draws. He has been coming deep with a lot of his draws.
Well, Mike's sweeping and through the house.
What's the score on D?
On D, 1-0.
Who's yellow?
All right, Kim Belf is delivering on sheet D for it's only rock and roll, but I like it. He needs to hit the 4-foot. He looks to be a little heavy, but he does have backing. Oh, he's just going to barely tap the back yellow and will sit for 1. So score on sheet D is 1-1. And back on sheet C, Mike is throwing a draw or run back. I guess he's going to try and run back that yellow. And sweeping. There we go. Very nice. To sit 4. All right, so Steven is going to have Steven is going to have to try to draw to cut them down. Jeff, you have the scores, both of them scoring 1 in the first.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Steven delivers. Looks a little hot. No sweeping. Oh, I'm afraid this is going to be a little heavy. Still not sweeping. And Mike is sweeping, and that's through the house. And that's
a tough break.
4 for Graziano.
And he'll be drawing
and
for 5.
He's drawn for 5. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yep. All right, Mike.
Here's Mike's draw to a house full of yellow.
Draw, and let's see what happens. They're sweeping. All they have to do is touch paint. And it's curling. Are they going to pass that red guard? They do.
And there it is, 5 yellow in the third end. A big end for the Graziano rink. And so the Potomac team has got its work cut out for them.
All right, and for those interested in Sheet B, Broomstones scored 1 in the second, so the score is, or in the third, so the score is 2-1. All right. So coming back towards the warm room, Mike has asked for a guard, and it looks like they're all sweeping, and they get it over. It's 2 guards on the corner, so a corner guard. Stephen is asking for his first stone in the house. And it looks like it's probably going to be a little heavy. Mike's sweeping. Oh, nope, doesn't even have to sweep. That one's all the way through. Mike asked for, I believe, tap up on the guard.
It was pretty
and
tough.
I don't think there was music in the background. I believe it was a screaming child.
Of course, a screaming child is music to some people's ears.
Not mine.
Okay, back on sheet C here we are. The control team has its work cut out for it. We're trying to get a guard down, getting something to work with.